What's up, guys? Long time no see.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Vibrators podcast. I'm Julius. I'm here with the boys, and we haven't
Hi.
had a podcast episode in how long again?
So we had to skip a week because there were problems going on in Japan, right? And they had to delay this, and they had to
What was
delay
it?
the episode.
It was
A
the
tornado
earthquake.
or
It was
an
an
earthquake?
earthquake that
I'm just
triggered
kidding. I
a
know it's an
tsunami
earthquake.
warning.
And
You got us. Oh shit.
I got you. You guys are
We-
so gullible, man.
Fuck. But
Jeez.
now that we have 2 episodes to watch, we'll be watching one today, which is on Monday, the 22nd, and then another episode on Wednesday, I believe. Right?
Wednesday.
Is that Wednesday?
You know what? We'll do Wednesday.
We'll do Wednesday. We'll figure something
it out. No
out.
worries.
We'll figure
Anyways,
something out.
yeah,
Anyway, last episode that happened on Attack on Titan, Aaron showed up with his buddies, and there's gonna be a little discussion between Aaron and Mikasa and Armin. Obviously spoilers happened because it's been 2 weeks since we last watched anything.
yeah,
And
couldn't stay away from Twitter for that long.
I'm pretty sure all of us have gotten spoiled. So, yeah, we'll
For
see.
something at least. For something.
For something at least.
Not all of it.
To be fair, it's not like I got spoiled because a lot of time passed. I got spoiled the day that we were watching it. It was
Yeah,
like
we were going to
30
watch
minutes
it.
before, and I was gonna come on, and then like I saw a photo, and I was just like, "Fucking Christ, it happened!"
Well, today it also happened for me. I opened up
Aw.
Twitter and
No.
I saw
how
the
could
recent
you?
episode.
We lost a good one.
Well, let's just watch it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
That was an episode, all right. Yeah.
The only good part for me was the beginning. Everything else is like, eh.
I do have to commend the fact that like other than the sound, like the music that was playing when it was Levi versus the Beast Titan. I forget his name. Zeke. Oh my god. For some reason I forgot his name. The fight between the two, like before it started, it was pretty nice. I like how when everyone turned into a Titan and then you just see Levi falling down and then preparing for the worst, which is like to kill all of his comrades or once was
really
comrades. That was a really good scene. For some reason, it reminds me that of like another scene that happened like a long time ago when he did the same thing. I'm not too sure.
You know
if he
what?
Did the same.
It is very similar to a scene. Maybe even like the first couple seasons had something like that. You know what I mean? But I can't remember for the life of me. What did we all think of the little interaction with Aaron, Mikasa, Armin, and I guess Gabby was there as well, just kind of idling in the background.
Although she didn't say anything.
Yeah, she said absolutely nothing.
I personally feel that that's not all what Aaron's trying to do. I think he's just trying to provoke them so that he becomes the antagonist.
Yeah, I feel like he's trying to make him hate him on purpose.
Yeah, I think he's definitely trying to make them either hate or I don't know. He's either like manipulated into believing that he's
definitely trying to cut ties, though.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to cut ties.
He's going out of his way to make sure that everything from his past is just completely ripped away, right? Just his goal, pretty much.
Burning the bridges.
Yeah, burning down the bridges. Yeah, I like that scene a lot. Poor Armin got his ass kicked.
Although I
Yeah,
did get spoiled
To be
for it,
expected. I mean, if a fight was to go down between those two, that's how it would happen.
yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
It sucked. Seeing like how like there was no sound and just like the punching sound effect just like happening while Aaron's telling him how this wouldn't be a fair fight between the two because Aaron's like a million times better combat wise.
Because Aaron's amazing. Yeah.
He did point out a bunch of like interesting things, and how Bertold kind of shares a part of Armin, and that
That's true, yeah.
Mikasa's like born to born to serve pretty much, and like
Yeah.
those are kind of interesting in how he said it. But then at the same time, he's saying that he's free, but is he really free?
He's
Type of
not.
thing.
He's not really free, realistically. Nobody who says things like that are really free from any sort of bond, right?
Yeah,
So,
which is why, because within like however I want to say like a year that this has happened so far, um like we saw episodes ago when it was flashing back to when Sasha was alive and they were constructing the railway. Um, he was talking how he wouldn't want any one of his friends to like die or like become a Titan, that type of thing.
right.
Um,
Yeah.
but then if he knows about like the wine, if he knows about all that other stuff, then like was like I wonder like what happened behind the scenes to make Eren like this, or like what
Yeah,
type of
that's
plan is he like constructing a plan with Zeke, or is he like gonna betray him later on type of thing? I
well.
don't
I
know.
mean, I mean, Zeke is no longer like a real part of the equation now because he's with fucking Levi. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of dead.
yeah,
As mu-
he is so close to death at this
as
point.
much as I
Like,
wanted to see Levi kill him, like give him the final blow, I also kind of want to see Levi turn into the Beast Titan. Because that would be really really interesting.
that would be dope. But we're I think the next episode from even the little teaser I found, it's like, do you remember when Zeke was having that flashback? I assume that was his dad, and I've seen like photos. It's just like,
I believe he's like a either like a teacher or like an instructor. I don't think it was his dad, because I
yeah,
don't think he
okay.
addressed him as dad, but more like Mister, like doctor, that type of thing.
Right, yeah. So I think we're gonna get a good chunk of the episode that's just about Zeke's backstory, I feel like. And
Yeah,
I
we're
remember I
oh, sorry.
think it was spoiled for me. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna say it if that's the case. But I think Zeke's got some daddy issues that if he didn't have those daddy issues, none of AOT would have even fucking happened.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean,
So
we like there was like subtle hints even before that, because he was also talking to Aaron in like season 3, saying that he's related in some sort, and even when they went to the basement, they kind of figured out who Zeke was in a sense.
right,
So
yeah.
that's also like an interesting like fact, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of that was a little annoying was that one song that played during the Zeke and Levi fight. Like,
Yeah,
it's probably an okay song, but it's like it does not fit the tone whatsoever.
It
Like,
I
it's
doesn't.
going for a
It,
totally different thing, and I get
yeah,
that it's trying to be
try
badass because it's
yeah.
Levi, but I don't know, that with the song, it almost feels fan servicey in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
they wouldn't have done that unless they were like, yeah, Levi's back in action. All the fans are getting ready to
yeah.
watch him go at it again. It's like that kind of thing. So
One of the big complaints that I had was the fact that Zeke didn't really put up a fight against him. Like
that's
you had him
true.
fight like in season 3, and that was like really big. And
well, to be fair, you go ahead. I'll go after.
and like you saw him like cut him all up like that. But then the fact that he was able to just hit his nape with the rocket thing and like immediately like stop him was just like
Yeah, that was
it
a
was
little
so
weird. It was like
unsatisfying.
there was like, yeah, there was no fighting back from Zeke, and yeah, that did feel a little weird. But I'm gonna let Lorenzo, blow our minds
I
a
was
bit
gonna
here.
say, like, well, I'm not gonna blow your minds, but like that's the whole reason they kept him in that area was because of the trees. The
Yeah.
trees were a big part of it, and in season 3, when Levi did fight Zeke, it was mostly flat ground, and the only reason, fucking Levi was able to get to Zeke was by grappling onto the other Titans that were beside Zeke.
All right.
And then
Oh,
not only that, but they also have the technology to actually do that, considering they had a whole year or they knew, you know, like they had the prototypes in season 3, and I assume because it looks a lot different now that they kind of changed it up probably.
Yeah.
That's what I would assume.
No,
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that's
I guess
fair.
that makes sense. Like the entire environment is changed, right? So maybe.
And like I think it was mentioned before, Zeke's Titan is mostly meant for long distance.
Yeah,
That's
throwing
why it's
rocks from like 15 yards away.
Yeah, but
It's not close combat. So.
it's also cool how we kind of like see a more hidden feature about his powers and how he could pretty much make everyone a Titan. I thought now it all kind of makes sense because they were also like Titans that surrounded the walls back in season 3 when he did attack, and then the Levi versus Beast Titan happened. But yeah, I don't know. This fight wasn't too bad. The CGI was actually better than I anticipated. Although I did
Yeah,
wish that
it wasn't too distracting.
yeah,
was
but
okay.
I did wish that it would be like at least somewhat on par with season three's fight. But you never know. There could be better fights.
Well, to
That
be
would
It
fair,
could be
it's like
us.
that fight wasn't that big realistically. Like they all turned into
Yeah.
Titans. Levi had to make a decision, and then boom, Zeke was done. That was like maybe a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think if there's gonna be a big fight that's gonna happen, it's gonna be last episode, and I hope they put budget into it. Here's hoping, but I think one thing I'm noticing though is that because of like their time schedule stuff, who even knows if they're gonna up it up up the ante in terms of animation realistically. Because, like, if they're trying to get this shit out as quick as possible, like, maybe we're not going to get anything good like that this part of the season. And who even knows for the next part?
Yeah. Hopefully they are. Obviously, like, we kind of like talked about it a little bit and how there's like the Mappa that's doing it. They're on a tight schedule with what needs to be done and like deadlines for certain anime episodes just to like
Right.
make sure that the anime season will end at the same time the manga finishes just to keep the hype train. So yeah, I guess the only way we can find out is later on when part 2 comes out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
realistically. I mean, yeah, it's all just speculation. They could just pull some good shit out of their ass, like, last minute. But, yeah, I don't know. Depending on how much time they have to, like, really work on the second part. Because isn't that still up for debate? It's still TBA when that's coming out.
It should happen a little bit later in like the spring.
Summer.
No, not summer. Spring.
Not. No, it's not spring, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's spring because spring season just started, or is about to start in like a week. So because I'm pretty sure it's gonna start later in April. Somewhere around there. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But yeah. Overall, what do you guys think of this episode? What would you rate the vibe?
I would say personally it was the most like mid. Well, not the most mid, just like a little bit above mid, personally. So maybe like a 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I kind of agree. I think like same with like the all the other episodes that we would rate like a 3 of 5 or 2.5 out of 5. Not technically like not much has happened, and when stuff does happen in terms of like I guess action or like story these like this pacing I guess is like fairly slow because the only thing that's happened so far in this episode was just continuing from the last episode, which was them being in the restaurant, securing all of them, and then going to that one outpost at the old city or whatever.
Yeah, it almost seems like they're trying to resolve ideas from the last episode, which was fucking. I mean, that was the best episode of the series, right? Or not the
Yeah.
series, just this season.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
season for sure.
So I would give it the same rating, either between a 3 or a 3.5 because I don't think it's a bad episode, but yet again, it's like for what was being anticipated, the whole Aaron talk. I thought there was going to be more of that. Like, realistically, I would have wanted them to go more in depth because the way this whole episode's paced, it's like 3 different things are happening at the same time, and they only have so much time to really get to every character and to, you know. So I wish they would, like, focus on one particular part, I guess. So, I don't know. Yeah, the pacing was a little weird. Not one of the better episodes. Yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
I don't think the pacing was weird. I just think it was slower than last episode because last episode just kept throwing us curveballs pretty much with like what's
curveball.
Well, I just wish there was more from some parts of the episode. You know what I mean? Like I feel like not everything deserved an equal amount of screen time, you know. So
yeah, no, that's fair. I do enjoy seeing like these character moments with how Aaron's being that part was like probably the best part of the episode. Yeah, the talk. And then
that's why I wanted more of it.
I said the cock.
The cock.
Oh,
like the penis.
Yeah. But other than that, I would also probably give it a 3 out of 5. It was a pretty good. It was pretty. I think it was just a pretty good episode overall.
It was all right. It was.
It's just building up to the bigger picture, I guess.
It had its moments. I knew it wasn't gonna stand up to like the last episode because that was so fucking good and it hit everything so well, but. Even then, I still think it could have used some improvement, right? Exactly. Like, that's just for me personally, but.
Anyway, thank you guys.
It was an episode of Attack on Titan for sure.
Thanks,
doubt
Lorenzo.
about it.
Thanks for addressing
Don't
that.
mention it.
I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Anyway.
Happy to address it.
Anyway, that's going to wrap up today's episode. If you like this video or like this podcast, make sure you follow us on Spotify. You already follow us on Spotify.
Even if you don't like it, you should follow us on Spotify anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even if you
also
hate our guts.
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And
even if you're not watching it on YouTube, you should hit the like and subscribe button.
Get your ass to class, Lorenzo.
And
hey, I'm just trying to get people to sub, bro. Even if they're not on YouTube, they should still sub to the YouTube.
That's true. You know what? You gotta.
Come on. Why are you getting mad at me?
I'm trying to help out, bro. The local cred. You know what I mean? You gotta hit that independent scene. You know.
Exactly. And and to finalize this outro, we also have an Instagram account, so make sure you check us out there.
Or don't. It's up to you.
We've been the Vibrators Podcast, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Ciao.
Episode.